Jason from Blue Weather. If you like weather-related information, please like and subscribe below. This is your tropical update for the 18th of August. On this time back in 1969, we had Hurricane Camille, and it's one of the 4 hurricanes ever to hit the United States as a Cat 5. Very interesting there. For those of you who was able to see it, that actually was way before I was born. But nevertheless, one of the 4 that's ever happened as a Cat 5 since recorded. Let's get into today's systems. The National Hurricane Center give 2 systems a chance to survive and turn into something. It gives the one there you see in the orange 40 to 60% chance, and the one you see in the red greater than a 60% chance. And what's interesting is that after you see this in the general direction that it thinks it's headed in, it makes sense why the models are showing more than one hurricane system on these models, and I'll go right into that now. Now, this was yesterday afternoon's Euro. Now, last night, they didn't show it, but it doesn't mean anything. But just to let you know how active it's been on the models as well, it was showing a pretty good-sized hurricane just grazing the East Coast. And that would have been for next Wednesday, the 26th. Now, this is the GSF model. And this was from this morning's run, and it was showing a hurricane possibly hitting Texas down in the Gulf next Wednesday, the 26th. So like I said, that's 2 totally different areas, but some of these models actually show a Gulf storm and an East Coast storm, that could hit Florida or up through the East Coast, or, who knows, could cross over and potentially there must be 2 in the Gulf. We'll just have to see. Now, this is the GSF model, again, further out. Now, this is for Friday, next Friday, the 28th. And you can see a system up here to your far right corner. It just showed a little system developing off of the East Coast and going up towards Maine, but not really affecting anybody. And as you can see, that it was showing the Pacific being busy as well over there to your left. This also the GSF model from that run this morning. You can see right here off the coast of Africa, showing a couple systems coming off of Africa 15 days out from now. So like I said, peak hurricane season is in September, but your peak months are August, September, and October. So we're not at our peak yet, and we're already seeing a lot of named storms this year. Now, this is the Canadian model, and this was from last night's run, and it was showing for the beginning of next week. See how it was showing a system in the Gulf, showing a system right at the islands that could impact Florida or the East Coast. Like I said, these are just this is model discussion. Doesn't mean that it's imminent to happen. But, like I said, the National Hurricane Center is showing a couple systems that has a good chance of developing. So we'll have to watch this. Now, this, is showing a really wide system here on the Canadian, the middle of next week. And see, there were several of these models showing something the middle of next week that could, in fact, affect the Gulf or somewhere. I feel like within the next few days, we're going to be talking about maybe 1, if not 2, systems that could impact land. And like I said, this was the middle of next week. Now, this is the Navy model. See, it also showed 2 for the beginning of next week. So like I said, we'll have to watch this really closely, considering that there is 2 that they're already watching. This is the German Icon model. This was showing also a couple systems, one in the Gulf and one above the islands for early next week. This is the German Icon model, and it was this was last night's run, and you can see it also was showing 2 systems. This is the GSF parallel model, and this was from last night's run. It was showing one coming up through Florida into Georgia the beginning of next week. and that, time wise, right now you're not going to pin that down anyways. But, just relatively speaking, these are showing for next week. This GSF parallel model was also showing one in the Gulf at the end of the month on the 31st. So we're going to have to watch this very closely. The tropics are starting to heat up, and this has already been above normal year for named storms, so we'll have to watch this closely. Guys, thanks for your support. Continue to follow me here. Guys, you have a good one.